Branston has been around since 1968, originally founded as a cooperative by a group of local farmers. The company has grown over the years, and we now have 3 potato packing sites, based at the heart of some of the best potato growing land in the UK. As the sites have developed, we've invested in state-of-the-art technology and skilled people, and we're continuing to grow. We all work together across all our sites, from the people sourcing, packing and transporting the potatoes, to the supporting teams of human resources, IT and finance.
My name's Olivia Kirk and I'm a senior trader. So I work in procurement, so sourcing the potatoes for the factory, and I also work with agronomy, so helping the growers with the growing of the plants, knowing when they're ready, looking at quality and everything like that. I've worked at Branston for 8 years, and I started as a trainee agronomist and then became a qualified agronomist, and then moved over to the procurement side. Today I'm going to have a look at the potatoes in this field. I'm going to dig some up and have a look at the size and weigh them to see what yield there is and have a look at the quality.
Hi, I'm Amy. I'm the Quality Assurance Manager at the Southwest site, responsible for the team of quality assurance operatives that look at the product coming in all the way through the factory and then the final product before it leaves our site. So we're making sure that the potatoes are a good quality for our customer, that they are going to be safe for a customer to eat, and that all the legal standards are met. So right from when the load arrives at site, our intake QA team will take a sample and wash it up and look at the quality of the potatoes. Quite often a potato can look really good on the outside, and then you chop them in half and they're either hollow or they've got black marks through them all. So at that point, again, we would stop and assess what we do. Do we accept it? Can we work with it? Or do we need to send it back to the farmer? So those days are always quite interesting. The best bit about my job is that it's different every day. We have ranges of issues that can change season to season, timing of the year. So yeah, every day is different, and you get to get stuck in to sorting out those issues and making improvements and that sort of thing.
My name's Vicky and I'm the Operations Manager for Lincoln Fresh. Every day is a challenge. You never know what you're coming into. The team are absolutely brilliant. I love the team that I work with. We're just like a big family, really. Yeah, lots of challenges every day. There's always something different. Like I say, you don't know what you're coming into. But yeah, it's just that it's so fast paced. It's the buzz of everything, and everybody just gets on with it together. And that's the best thing about working here. There's lots of opportunity in the food industry. Like, you don't realise what roles there are in the food industry. I didn't, and when I started, I was like, well, I'm just going to go and work on a line for a bit, which I did. But if you are prepared to work hard and commit to what you're doing, people see your potential, and it unlocks so many different avenues. I've done so many different roles just in this company. Yeah, there's so much that you don't know that is out there in the food industry.
All right, my name's Gareth. I am the Maintenance Engineer Apprentice at Branston Southwest. Before I came to Branston, I worked at Tesco's, and then I left Tesco's and came here as a machine operator in the production hall. That was really good. I enjoyed the work. It's very fast-paced, very high maintenance, I guess. You have to be on the ball all the time, and I really enjoyed it. I found that it was good to keep me busy. I like constantly going. I enjoy fixing things. I like looking at something and figuring out how it works, and then getting my hands dirty and really looking at it and being like, right, what's going wrong here, and how can I myself fix it? And it's that sense of achievement when you do so. Like, once you've actually got something running again and you fixed it, you can get like a sense of pride. You're like, I've done that. That's what I accomplished. The maintenance engineer course and qualification itself, it encompasses a lot of engineering. So it's anything from electrical to mechanical engineering, pneumatics, working with air, hydraulics, you do welding, machining, so working on lathes and milling machines, everything, from as simple as painting a floor to rewiring an entire motor or a new panel into the production hall. It encompasses a lot, and it really is enjoyable.
My name is Stuart Garner. I'm the MPD manager here at Branston, which is new product development. The MPD team here, we work with lots of different functions. We're part of the sales and marketing team, which is a bigger team, but we work with lots of different functions across the business, from technical, operations, procurement, and all the other sort of support functions like finance, HR and IT. A typical day for me would be some time spent in the kitchen here, developing products, looking at different packaging and doing research and development. Other parts of the day I would be at my desk checking through emails from suppliers or customers, and also looking at things like packaging, design, artwork or specifications. And the other part of my day I could be in the factory looking at factory trials that we have for new products that are being developed. So very varied really. When I was 17 I started working in catering part-time. Loved it, loved the kitchen environment and catering environment. Spent a year or two working in kitchens, in restaurants. Really enjoyed it. That's where I got my love of food and passion for food. But then I did think about sort of the future and what I wanted to do. So I went to university and did a food tech degree course. Over those 3 years, learned about the food industry, how food is produced on a mass scale. And obviously I've still had my love of food, and I wanted that sort of creativity. And so in the last couple of years in uni, I focused more on the development and sales and marketing modules rather than the technical or food safety, which sort of naturally led me to a career in product development and just the more creative side of the food industry. But again, retaining that, kept that love of food and at the centre of it really.
Hi, my name's Katie. My job role is environmental manager across the Branston group. So my role is very varied. There's lots of different things I do. It largely involves monitoring and measuring our different environmental impacts across the sites. We're also doing a lot of exciting projects at the moment in terms of developing our sustainability strategy, particularly looking at climate change and reducing our carbon emissions across the group. Yeah, you've got to be passionate to be able to do this role because there's lots of challenges you're going to face. So you have to enjoy it. It's got to be something you enjoy and be passionate about, but you also have to be practical about it as well. So you have to balance doing that role with actually finding practical solutions and getting the business to follow you in what you're trying to achieve. We have solar panels on all of our roofs on all of our sites. This generates around roughly 12% of our own electricity. We are looking to extend our solar panels across all of the sites as well to get more electricity from that, and it's one of our key projects to carbon neutrality.
So my name's Ellis and I'm the HR coordinator for Branston. My career at Branston has progressed quite a bit. So I originally started off as a placement student / intern student. I was originally meant to be here for 4 to 8 weeks, I think. And I've been here over a year, nearly 2 years now. I originally started off just doing admin-y bits and then progressed up to HR coordinator within the space of probably about a year or so. Every year on everyone's anniversary, they'll get a little bit of chocolate and a card signed by our managing director, James, just to say thanks for being here, thanks for staying, and yeah, that gets bigger as the years go on. What brought me into the food industry was that it's so fast-paced and varied, no day's the same, and you get to meet so many different people, you get to experience so many different events within the business that I wouldn't even considered or thought that there would be. So I think it is a really good industry to get into.
My name's Lewis and I'm the IT analyst. IT analyst role would mainly consist of keeping us up to date security-wise and IT infrastructure. I'll get calls on the help desk from all of our sites, from every employee from various different reasons, from internet issue to file that won't open, to a more serious issue like network gone down in the factory. I would say 2, maybe 3 times a week I would go into the factory and assist down there, networking, just maybe from simply swapping a patch cable out that's old and dusty, to helping out with the new touchscreens that we've just installed.
I had no idea what I was going to do. I just chose some A-levels I liked and then chose a university course that looked good. And then I actually heard about agronomy in a careers fair in the last year at university, and that's kind of all went from there.
I would say to anyone sort of considering a move into the food industry to give it a go. There's so many different sort of roles and jobs you can get involved in. From my personal point of view, I started off as a sort of lower managerial position and over time worked up to the quality manager on site and learned new skills, been on different training courses and developed into sort of what I'm doing today. And there are lots of people especially from our site that have started even in different departments and swapped and changed and moved up. So there's lots of room to progress, I would say.